Okay, so night falls, you guys are just hanging around, day comes, the cockatrice crows at dawn. Your flight is at 8 o'clock. You are supposed to go to gate 665, and you are in the coach section of the aircraft. So, did you guys want to grab a ride to the airport, or what?
I'll leave early enough to walk there.
All right. The airport is about 15 miles in the city. It's on the outskirts of the city. Scum is within, um, in the center of the city. And what about everyone else? Are you walking, or are you going to just catch a cab?
I'll walk, I guess.
All right.
It's adorable.
Aww. Okay, so you guys arrive at the airport. It is a large, sprawling area where there's not really a large building for, checking in. There's a small booth, and you see aircrafts and monsters of all sizes. There is a large dirigible. Looks like it's powered by hydrogen or something like that. There are several smaller flying machines put together by Kobold engineers. Some have wings, some have similar things to helicopter blades. There are also the undead creatures that fly people to and fro from the airport. Many of them look like as if they were. All of you have seen the Neverending Story, correct?
Nope.
I have.
Nah.
Jesus Christ!
Just say the name and we can Google it.
Fine, Falcor. You see undead Falcors, like undead luck dragons, like going to and fro. They look like they're the main.
Oh, those are creepy.
Oh, is that a book?
Terrifying.
That's creepy as shit, dude. Oh my god.
It's also Neverending Story is a
Wait,
book.
they don't have wings.
No, they don't have wings.
They're
Wow.
magic.
They are magic.
They're
They're just
terrifying.
magical eels.
Yeah.
One of the scariest
Magical
stories
space.
in my life.
That is really fucking creepy. That's horrible.
But instead of being put together like the luck dragons you see, they're falling apart. Their ribs are their ribs are showing. Some of them are missing an eye.
That's scary.
Yeah, scales are missing. And the way you ride on them is there is a compartment on top of the creature, and there are movable staircases that lead you up into the compartment, which are being the stewardess are zombies, and you guys arrive at the check-in booth, which is being manned by a human at the moment, dressed in blue and has a little wings pin on his jacket. And as you approach, he says, "Hey, welcome to Necropolis Airlines. Can I help you, folk?"
Here's my ticket.
Okay, gate 665, just head down the runway. It is the second to last gate, and you will be seated in, it appears you'll be seated in F57. Okay. Do you have any luggage to declare?
No.
No. Okay. Just head down that way. Next, please. Who's up next?
I'm gonna stealth behind them just to see if I can get away with it.
Okay.
24.
All right. Wow. I can't roll for shit.
+6. Get out of here.
He doesn't seem to notice you.
Now, does this ticket have a date and stuff?
Yes, the ticket does have a date. It has the gate number, your seat, what class you will be flying, date, time, the name of your carriage, which is Snuffles, and
What was that?
what?
Kids of Snuffles.
That's the name of your
Snuffles?
carriage. His name
It's
is...
the creepy flying thing.
Yeah, his name is Snuffles.
So fluffy.
No, not Fluffles.
Dance now.
Snuffles.
More
Sniffles.
like the snuff films that Osi was making.
It
So,
wasn't me, it was Banana. You don't know.
Right.
You fucking keep getting everyone confused.
okay, so Valtan, you're behind the kobold. He has a box full of tickets that he... Huh?
Valtan is cool.
Okay, he has a box of tickets that have been checked in. He has a little bit of cash. He has his lunch behind the counter. Is there anything you want to
Wait.
do?
Are you asking me? You're just telling me what he has so I can try to steal it?
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you want to leave him alone. Maybe you want to pick his pocket. I don't know.
I would, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay, that's fine. So, are you just gonna skulk there like a creeper?
I'll try to steal stuff if I can explain myself afterwards. I can't
What?
explain trying to steal
What?
from me.
Valtan. What?
Balls.
What would you do? What would Valtan do in this situation?
He's not really a thief, actually. He just so happens to be able to do it very well.
So,
Let's go.
well, Valtan is skulking behind the check-in person. Who's up next?
I'm not a thief, I'm a barbarian. Don't even.
I flash him my ticket, give it him.
Okay. Like I said, second to last, Mr. Snuffles will be your carriage for today. Oh, and the in-flight movie is I Am Not Legend.
Hey, Percy.
Is that just the version where, like, they just, like...
It's where they have Jaden Smith
Actually,
instead of
they're-
Will.
Jaden Smith, main actor.
Yes, Jaden Smith is the main act. Well, Jaden Smith
Don Smith.
is the main actor, and he gets killed over and over and over again by vampires.
It's seriously my favorite movie ever.
So that's the in-flight movie. So who else is left to check in? Valtan and Everett. Yeah, he hasn't checked in you. He hasn't checked you in yet because you're skulking behind him, and he doesn't notice you at all for some reason. Oh, you're following road, so you're not going to check in your ticket at all. Oh, okay, that's fine.
You know?
Yeah.
Because why not?
All right. Everett, he checks you in, and he says same thing. Snuffles 665, in-flight movie, seat F61. Have a nice day, sir. Okay. So you guys arrive at your gate 665, and there is this greenish tinted undead luck dragon that is on the runway, and several ghouls and zombies are putting away luggage in a compartment in the ribcage area, and one of the stewardesses, you think it's a female, zombies, comes up and he looks at you guys and he waves you onto the carriage. You notice that there are several goblins in the background who are being tied up Hannibal Lecter style with a face mask and a straitjacket. Apparently, there is a policy on these airlines that all goblins, not hobgoblins, but all goblins must be secured for the flight. They've had some accidents in the past. Something about gnawing the stewardess's arms and things of that nature.
We definitely need to keep them tight.
I
Mhm.
definitely trust this airport more now.
Okay.
Respect for him.
Man, I wish Todd was here.
So do you guys go up to the plane immediately and take your seats, or okay,
Yep.
cool. So you are led to the coach side. Unfortunately, there are no seats. There are cardboard. Well, they're wooden crates, and they have your seat numbers on them. Yeah, Skumb didn't feel like paying for first class for you guys, unfortunately. And there's And there is a tan skin in the background that came from some black beast, and that serves as the projector. And the over the speakers you hear, "Welcome to flight 679. I will be your captain, Captain Henry Skullcrusher. My co-pilot today is Ard Ling. We will be taking this plane at about 35,000 feet, and the weather outside is gloomy, cloudy, slightly damp. Perfect weather for flying today. Please take your seats. Take your seats, do not move. Hopefully the boxes won't careen into the back of the plane. And I hope you enjoy your flight today on Necropolis Airlines." And the comm is silence, and the rotting, decrepit zombie stewards and stewardesses are walking through the aisles with packets of nuts, or so you think.
So the crates aren't like bolted down.
Nope.
Nice.
I walk up
Okay.
to this and want to use my charm to get a better seat.
Okay.
I feel I deserve it.
Okay, you could very well char. Or might I make a suggestion? I'm gonna whisper this to you. It seems like it seems like an Everett thing to do, but you could also charm.
Use my charisma to, Ooh, this is lots of typing.
You've seen that commercial, right? I assume you have.
No, I don't have a TV.
Oh,
Sorry.
I see it on YouTube. So what would you like to say to the stewards? You see the name tag is Jane.
I stand up all puffy.
Okay.
I start complaining and I tell her, this asshole to the left of me is racist against my humankind.
And you
He's making snide remarks.
and you see the stewardess. If zombies could sigh, she sighs and she holds up the figure. It looks like her vocal cords have been ripped out, so it doesn't look like she can speak, but she can understand. It looks like she can understand you well enough. Can you roll a persuasion or a deception or roll something?
Thank God I get a bonus. +2 to all charisma.
All right, you don't understand undead sign language, right?
No.
Okay. She pulls out a pen and paper and she jots down something, and she's like, "There is a first class seat available. One of our passengers was eaten earlier, unfortunately. So it's all yours if you wish it to be so."
I curtsy to her and I say thank you and I move to take my new seat.
Okay. So when you get to first class, it is very, very nice. I mean, there's actual seats here.
Are you
that-
curtsying on purpose?
Why wouldn't I? It's very fancy. Curtsying is not just for women.
Yeah. Okay.
The seats are actually bolted down to the cabin. There is a very nice projection. It's very, think 1080p quality projector, because kobolds and fire and things like that. And instead of being served peanuts, you have a choice between a chicken, a beef, or a hellhound dish today.
The Hellhound sounds mighty intriguing.
The stewardess jots down on the person who is telling you your kind of, not order, but telling you your options. It's a little spicy, of course, but that goes without saying.
Perfect.
Okay. She jots and she writes on the pad. "Anything to drink, sir?"
Just a water will be fine.
Okay. She jots that down and she goes to the where they hold the food and stuff, and you see the zombie starts carting out food. All right. Ideal. What you doing in the cabin?
Sitting there patiently, looking out the window if there's one.
Yeah, there is a window. It's a little cracked, but it's fine. I mean, this flight, not the captains, the stewards will reassure you this flight has gone 2 days without accident.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's fairly safe. Um,
I couldn't expect anything less.
Valtan, what are you doing?
I'm fucking excited as shit.
Okay.
Just sitting down and all happy.
All right, and Gordahn.
I'm having a conversation with my cat.
Okay. Can your cat talk?
Telepathy. Familiar.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
Thighs.
Okay.
Left eyes.
And Mr. Fluffles looks exactly like that picture.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
A little small kitty chilling on my head.
You notice that a couple of the tied up kobolds are looking very hungrily at your
Goblins?
goblins. Sorry, a couple of the
What?
goblins. The couple of the goblins are looking very hungrily. They're tied up, but they're looking very hungrily at your kitten right now.
Oh, you gotta watch out for Tog.
Yeah, my kitten is chaotic evil. Is it gonna hiss at them?
Yes, he will. It is your cat is a he, right?
Yeah, Mr. Fluffle.
Okay. Some people name their cats, weird. Anyways, yes, he does glare and hiss at them as they just, look at him with those hungry, beady eyes.
I tell him to stay close and start petting him.
He's purring. All right, so you begin to take off. The zombified luck dragon starts out hovering and then hovering faster along the ground. And as it's starting to tilt to go up into the air, all the boxes in coach go to the other end of the cabin.
I throw my hands up in the air.
So I need all of you to make dex saves right now.
My dex is not the best.
Faux show. 17.
Oh boy. Everett, you don't have to make a dex save. You're in the safe cabin.
Okay, cool.
Also, that
Got
means
my
he
hands
can't
in the
save
air.
us with a group save.
I'm swinging my fit.
All right, Gordon makes it easily. He kind of dodges a couple boxes as they come crashing down to the other end of the cabin. Valtan is fine. He grabs a handlebar that's somewhere on the cabin, and he does some ninja shit. Ideal. Yeah, we gotta talk.
You break your neck, you die.
Unfortunately, you're not as nimble as your other companions.
Not even the cat.
Not even the cat is like fucking baller. So the cat's like, yeah, I can do this fucking all day. Ideal. A goblin collides into you as you two crash to the other end of the cabin. It doesn't hurt that much. Actually, let's see if
Wait, I'm familiar. It's like a ritual, right?
He summoned it yesterday.
Yeah, but you have to spend money every time you cast it. So if that cat dies, you have to
You have to
spend like
use
10 gold.
components. But yeah.
You have to buy 10 gold worth of components. Yes. I think a lot of people just assume like you just spend money when you cast it just to make it easier, so you don't have to keep checking components.
If it's somewhere where you can.
Right. So ideal. You only take. Goblins aren't that heavy, so you only will take.
You might bite them.
Are you sure you want to do that to a goblin?
No, the
he was
goblin
saying
might
that
bite
the
'em.
goblin-
That you do not take 0 because I. Fuck.
I take.
Plus 3.
Yeah,
Hey, he takes 6 plus 3. Don't try to cheat. He takes 9.
he takes 9.
Yeah.
Ass.
Are you dead?
No?
I think Banana'd be dead.
Okay, and then
That's
the
fine.
cabin stabilizes, and you see people starting to move their boxes back to their original spots, or some to different spots. People don't seem to really care, and the movie starts playing.
Can I use a hit die during this flight?
Yeah, you can easily. Yeah, go ahead. All right. So Everett? You're being served your hellhound.
Just
There is hellhound steak. There is a complimentary side of extra hot sauce if you wish to take it, and she brings you your water, which is
I flag her to wait, and I tell her I want a scotch also.
she all right. So she nods and she goes back. The water is has a slight brown to it, about tinted brown to it. By the way.
I kind of I just set it in the holder, and I just
Okay, that's fine.
I tear up my steak.
Okay. It's actually pretty good. It's medium rare. It's really hot too. Not a lot of fat on this cut of meat. It's probably a flank or something. Okay. Yep. Valtan.
Yes.
The movie's playing. Jadon Smith is being torn apart by vampires.
Sounds
Do I
good.
get an even better movie in first class?
What did this?
There's no better movie.
Um,
All of your bad.
Imagination here. Come on, guys.
it's the movie that plays for you. It is actually. Let me see. What movie would play for you?
High School Massacre 3.
um.
I like that one.
Yeah, sure. Let's say that. So more gory, even more gory than the one that's being played in Coach, which is a musical. Valtan, what Valtan were you doing? The movie's starting. Jadon Smith is being torn apart by vampires.
I'm just hanging on to that bar I grabbed. Like, I don't care about my box.
All right. A zombie comes up to you, and she holds up a packet of nuts.
Is there writing on the nuts?
It just says peanuts.
Okay, I'll take some.
All right. She tosses you a bag of peanuts, and she continues to walk towards
I'll
Ideal.
inspect it first, though.
It looks like a very moldy package of peanuts.
Okay, it's just moldy.
Yeah, it's a little
That's
moldy,
fine.
a little green. A little penicillin won't hurt you.
Hey, man, I'm not human, I can eat stuff.
Yeah. Everyone else. So Ideal, she comes up. Peanuts.
No, thank you.
Okay, she walks. And then she comes up to Gordahn.
I tell her to piss off. I'm busy reading from my lore book to my kitty, the little Thomas, the little cat that could.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
He's trying to bribe you.
Ah, it's so cute.
He's milking you with the cats.
So what?
Can't milk.
I like cats.
Hey,
Fuckers.
Don't say you can't milk cats.
Um,
Attack the cat. I'm kidding.
what are you? Okay, so Ideal, Gordahn, Everett.
Oh, yeah.
So the flight continues for a couple of hours, and the intercom comes up again, and there is this captain's voice. This is your captain's.
The cat's male.
Yes, the cat is male.
I mean, my point still stands.
Anyways, the captain says we are approaching New Jersey. If you look to your left, you see the lazy river. If you look to your right, you see a hell pit. It's one of the larger hell pits in the area. So take in the beautiful sights. We will be starting our descent, and I hope everybody had a great time flying Necropolis Airlines.
You
Yeah.
start clapping as the plane lands or whatever.
Okay. So the
Start clapping.
Yeah.
so Snuffles starts descending. The boxes are now going in the other direction from one opposite of the ascent. I need everybody again, except for Everett, to roll dexterity saves. Oh boy.
Someone rolled a Warhammer.
Valtan, save me with your
Easy.
spell.
Can I ninja flip and shit?
Okay.
Like my shit,
Um.
like my 21.
Hey. Hey, Ideal.
Die. Like, can I try to save him? Actually?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you. I'll give you advantage on this roll.
Oh, I mean, I could just be doing acrobatics.
Oh, yeah. Do an acrobatics. Describe to me what you would do to save Ideal from his crushing box fate.
I'm jumping and doing flips all over these boxes that are flying everywhere, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna like do a flip and grab him while I'm upside down, and make it to the other side and grab onto a bar.
Okay, roll acrobatics, please.
That didn't work.
Alright, so you're like, okay, guys, don't worry, Ideal, I gotcha.
Trip on the first box.
So you trip on the first box, you start tumbling down with the rest of the boxes, and your tiny little kobold body slams to one of the walls on the far end. Just as that happens, Ideal comes crashing into you, and then just as that happens, a goblin crashes into Ideal. For some reason, his face mask got undone during all this tumbling. So let's see. So he's not.
That's fine. Ideal's my meat shield.
So Valtan, you will take 1d plus 3.
So much.
Oh, after I try to save you, fuck you. I'm never doing that again.
You
I
failed.
thought we had something. I tried. At least I tried.
And then Ideal will take. And then the goblin is going to attempt to make a bite roll at you. Because he's been very hungry during this whole flight. I mean, yeah, he couldn't gnaw on anybody. They didn't even give him peanuts. It's a sad ordeal for everybody all around. Okay. Yeah, he's not gonna hit with that, and everybody's kind of prone at this point who didn't make the save. They're like kind of squashed in. Yeah. So you might want to invest in first class or trick your way to first class next time.
It was fine before I tried to help someone.
I thought it was good.
Rhoda, you're calling out to
I
me.
gotta.
By the way, you called out to me in game. We're just making that clear.
What you in game?
You called out to me in game just for me to save you.
Alright.
Like I wouldn't have just done that by myself.
It was a moment of weakness.
Okay, and you guys land fairly safely into the New Jersey airport.
Wait, I completely forget what we're doing. We're just trying to check up on that dude, right? The sorcerer or someone?
So yeah, so what happened is the engineer they sent to Eni never wrote his last progress report came in 3 weeks ago. They didn't get a progress report the week before or this week, so they're a little worried about what happened to him. Messages to the town itself have not returned, so they want to know what is up with their Skumb associate.
I asked Valtan how much health he has left.
Less than half.
Doesn't really tell me much.
I have 6 health.
6 health. Okay.
And I am the tank. I'm just saying.
Okay, so you got the staircase is wheeled to the cabin, and you guys are the stewardess. Make the motion for everybody to go down the stairs, and they're tidying up at this point
By the
too.
way, I tried to steal a box. One of the boxes we were running in.
All right, go ahead, sleight of hand.
It's gonna be sneak.
Now, can I stealth it to try to hide the box?
The box is half your size, Valtan.
I'll make it look like I own the box or something.
All right, all
I
right.
can cast minor illusion.
That would be deception.
Oh.
That's stealth.
Hey, I'm trying to sneakily do this.
Then
I'm
deceive.
not trying to sneakily take it from someone. I mean, it's just there.
Yeah, all right. Deceive the stewardess into letting you take the box.
I think deceive is even worse.
It is not your box. Where are you gonna hide it? Pray tell,
Up your
Valtan.
sleeve.
I'm just gonna wear it, you know, like I normally just. wear
Metal
it.
Gear Solid.
It's my home. That's why I'm trying to steal it. It's just my home, you know. I brought this on the.
Okay, alright,
I'm just
fine.
gonna act like it's mine.
Alright, deceive. Alright, so you're just, you pick up the box. Yeah, it's a nice box. It's a nice wooden box. And, you're carrying it down, and then one of the stewardesses walks in front of you, and
Wait, can I stealth when I'm going out of the...
she clearly sees you. There's not too many places you
This
can
actually
hide.
is not a stealth, though. I mean, I can hide behind people. I'm small.
With a box?
With a box half your size.
It's half your size. That means you're like a really fat dude.
I got it on my back, you know?
So you're taller.
I'm just hiding behind people or, like, in between people and stuff.
Well, the deceive roll didn't work. So she's literally standing in front of you with her arms crossed, and she's glaring at you. And she's making the motion. She points to the box, and then she points to the ground.
I look around like I don't know what she's talking about, and then I look at the box, and I'm like, oh, my bad, and I let it put it down.
And she sighs, she takes the box, and she just shakes her head and just kind of walks very slowly to, cleaning up the cabin. Okay, so let's see, what time is it? Oh, let me just fast forward this. So you get off the plane, you catch a cab, you get to Eni, and let me get you to Eni, all of you.
For the teeny weeny.
Yes. That it? No, that's the wrong one. Sorry, my bad.
Hey, look, more boxes. Later.
Oh,
That's
what do you
not
mean?
it. Oh, there it
You know,
is.
I could just get a cloak, but I like boxes.
There you go.
Boxes.
So this is the town. We have, a little general store over here. There's the smithy. There's a inn. There's like the where you grind wheat because it's attached to a river. So there's a grinding stone. A mill. Yeah, a mill. It's a granary, mill, whatever that shit is called. But it's your typical small town. Inhabited mostly, it appears, by humans. You see humans walking to and fro. And then second to most are tieflings, because this is New Jersey. And once in a while, you see a succubus every so often. The bottom right is... So, easily, your mission reports will tell you this is where the engineer was living at the time. It looks like, from afar, it looks like it was blown to hell. This place over here looks like to be some ruins. The ruins don't actually look like that, but if you decide to head down there at some point, there is another map for that. The ruins are bigger than that appears, but...
Hint.
Hint. Yes. The inn's right here. Yep. And the inn here is called the where is my inn name? Oh.
I like that it says river.
Because it's a river. Why wouldn't it?
Would have never guessed. I'm gonna buy something real quick, by the way, when we have time.
Okay. The Slippery Eel Inn is the inn here.
A slippery eel.
Yep, the Slippery Eel. So who wants to buy things here? Okay.
I want to go buy things. I just want to see who's there.
Who's in the general store? Who's in the inn? Okay. So you walk in the inn. It's early morning, but there are a couple people already drinking. Do not write on my map. And there is a tiefling behind the check-in counter. You could talk to him if you wish.
Is there anybody else, or is it just the two?
It's just the tiefling behind the counter, and there are a couple people drinking. They look like farmers or laborers. Hmm?
Are they like humans and tieflings?
Mostly humans and tieflings in this inn.
Yeah. I walk up to the front guy and ask him if he knows anything about what happened to the engineer.
Okay. You see the name tag says Riven, and he says, "Oh, are you with Scum?" He asks.
Do we get badges? Because that seems like.
You guys have badges.
Alright.
With the Skumb.
Okay.
Sounds.
The Scums, like the feds.
That sounds like a really bad, like, undercover cop. Yeah, we're with the Scums.
He says, well, what can I tell you? He arrived about a month ago. He stayed in the inn for 1 or 2 nights before setting up shop to the south. And the guy blew himself up to hell like 2 weeks ago. Like, he was probably doing some crazy experiment, and then his place just blew up. And
How do you know it was him?
because he was a kobold, he says. You guys are into fire and shit like that.
You guys, I'm a tiefling.
Oh, you're a oh, fuck, sorry. I can't.
Come on.
I'm so sorry. Oh, ideal?
Kobold.
By the way, Riven appears to be. You're fairly sure Riven appears to be an abyssal tiefling.
Ew.
So when he does see you, he kind of, gives you the once over and he kind of rolls his eyes.
Everyone's so racist.
A
I'm
bit-
talking down to him this whole time, though.
Okay,
Even though he's
Because obviously
totally
I'm
racist.
better than him.
obviously.
Still better than him.
So he tells you, the goblin, not the goblin, the kobold showed up a month ago, 2 weeks ago. He blew up his own workshop, and that's all he knows. He says
And then I ask him if there's a cleric in town.
there is a cleric in town. There is a temple, conveniently next to the inn, right here. So general store over here, inn over here, and temple over here. Right.
This building?
Yes, that building. The the temple is to Asmodeus. He is one of the rulers of the 9 hells, actually.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember fighting that in Diablo.
So he mans the temple. The cleric, he says, mans our temple. He provides healing to those who needs it if they pay well. His name is Stefan.
Is the temple like usually empty or is it like a busy place?
On Saturdays we have a ritual sacrifice, but other than that, it's not usually very busy. He
Is
says.
today Saturday?
Today's Friday.
Okay.
Oh, actually, today is. We should be using the. So, there are, according to the astrologers, there are anywhere between 7 to 10 days in a week. It just depends on what the stars say. Today is the 5th day in the 10-day week, and today is, I believe, I have to refer back to my sheet, but today is Pain Day.
Ooh, God.
And how many days is it until whatever day is Saturday?
Whatever the Saturday equivalent would be in 2 days.
Okay. Then I'll go towards the temple.
Okay. So I'll get back to you in a moment.
That sounds so crazy.
I'll get back to you in a moment. Everett, what's shaking?
I'm just kind of. I'm in the tavern.
Okay.
I'm sitting there by the hearth, just biding my time.
Okay. The tavern is called the Kraken's Lair. And there are a couple people in here, farmers drinking a lot. And there is a pretty female manning the bar in this establishment. Have you been, would you say you've been chatting her up, or maybe just, just surveying the environment around you? What have you been doing in the tavern?
I'm trying to figure out if there's anybody in here that I can con.
Okay.
Make a little bit of gold on the side.
Okay, roll perception, please. I'll tell you who appears to be the most gullible.
Perception.
Okay, a couple of a couple of the farmers look pretty gullible. They are blonde and brown haired, respectively. There is somebody that does catch your eye. In the tavern. It is a orc, and you know they have the reputation of being extremely dumb. He looks like he's a mercenary. He has a large greatsword strapped to his back. He's in leather armor, and he has one of his pinky on his right hand is missing.
I look for another target because he just seems like somebody that I don't want. If he were to catch me trying to deceive him, somebody that I don't want to be on the bad side.
It's
of.
just +4 strength, man.
Okay.
It's leather armor, like, it's
Um,
+1 to his AC.
So we have the idea. What are you doing?
That was Max.
Okay.
Sorry.
Suicide.
He's committing.
Sorry, but I keep getting the best death saves.
Okay. There is another person in this tavern. He looks like a gnoll, Everett. He looks like a mercenary also. He's not drinking with the orc, so you suspect they're not together, or if they do, they don't like each other. And he's slobbering into his ale. He has a couple spears that are not on his person, but are just leaning against the table. And he has a small coin pouch on him.
No, gnolls are like giant in this, aren't they?
They're
They're
large. They're large medium creatures.
large, medium.
Mhm.
I decide that there's too many well-trained fighters in this place to try and sucker somebody out of the money. So I hop on the table and I start playing my lute.
All right, roll performance.
Oh, jeez.
That's a pretty good performance. All right, so you start strumming some musical number, and a couple of the farmers, look up, and they're kind of bobbing their heads to the music. You can make a couple silver during this time. I say, you're tossed like 6 silver for your performance. It's not a busy tavern at the moment because it's still morning, but some people drink pretty early. Gordahn, what's shaking with you?
I just want to get the job done quickly, so I'll probably find out where to go.
All right. Anybody will easily tell you that the guy's workshop was down here in this ruin, and he was frequently seen going to and from his workshop and the ruins. I want to say they said every other day he was probably in the ruins doing some